A new report is revealing that UFO sightings are on the rise this year, and so are questions surrounding the mysterious craft. UFO fever, now rebranded as UAPs, has captivated all walks of life, from fanatics to military pilots wondering what is going on.
Science fiction is popular for fantastic stories like alleged kidnappings where Earthlings are being probed by ETs. But now Congress is the one doing the probing into UFOs. Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot Mackay Beeler explains, and Mackay, this is always so fascinating.
I know it is. I know. So when you hear the term UFO, do you think of ETs, ET phone home, or do you think of a more down-to-earth explanation?
I think of a more down-to-earth explanation. I always get fascinated that there's something else out there that I want to know what it is. It kind of freaks me out.
So are UFOs of exotic origin or of Earth? Well, there was a rare public meeting today discussing this very topic where potential out-of-the-world activity landed center stage. So it's all part of a deep dive into unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs. Oh, folks, that's just fancy speak for what we all know as UFOs, or unidentified flying objects. Now, the hearing was hosted by the Senate Armed Services Subcommittee. This is historic. Folks, it's only the second such open hearing on the topic in the last 50 years. It's really a big deal. So why now? Well, fascination with UAPs, or UFOs, has soared with a notable uptick in unresolved sightings in recent years. Now, before you let your thoughts turn into little gray men or green men, be aware unidentified objects. They can include anything from military aircraft to solar flares to, who knows what. So to help crack the mystery behind these sightings, the all-domain Anomaly Reporting Office of the Defense Department, known as AARO, was established in July. Now, the head of the office was the helm of the hearing today. He was at the helm.
I should also state clearly for the record that in our research, AARO has found no credible evidence thus far of extraterrestrial activity, off-world technology, or objects that defy the known laws of physics. In the event sufficient scientific data were ever obtained that a UAP encountered can only be explained by extraterrestrial origin, we are committed to working with our interagency partners at NASA to appropriately inform U.S. government's leadership of its findings.
All right, Congress has granted Kirkpatrick's office sweeping authority to scientifically analyze UFOs that exceed the known state-of-the-art in science and technology.
Yeah, and a lot of times you think some of these sightings that you see, they're going to be this technology that we haven't seen yet. But also, what about military sightings from fighter pilots or astronauts? Because they're some of the most credible, you think, in the video they get.
Right. Remember Project Blue Book? It was a study done by the U.S. Air Force, 1952 to 1969. That's been declassified. So now we are hearing about military pilots who say, yeah, they've seen a lot of stuff. And even in present day conditions, we have fighter pilots saying they've almost had near misses with UFOs. So go explain that.
Yeah, the truth is out there. Looking forward to seeing. All right, Mackay, thank you, and looking forward to seeing more on UFOs.
All new at 5 tonight. When you hear about UFOs, what comes to mind? Maybe it's flying saucers or the movie E.T., or maybe it's alien abductions and all sorts of scary stuff. Well, fear not. NASA panel tonight has concluded there is absolutely no convincing evidence that we've seen them.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and veteran pilot Mackay Beeler joins us now with more on this. Mackay?
Well, it appears the strange sightings may not be goosebump worthy after all. All right, so that according to an out-of-this-world study conducted by the Space Agency. Yeah, folks, Congress had demanded a report after recent numerous hair-raising sightings by military pilots. The study included 16 scientists and other experts combing through 800 mysterious reports collected over decades of unidentified flying objects. Now, the results were disclosed in the first public meeting on UFOs ever this week, a year after NASA formed the committee to look into the unexplained sightings. The panel concluded there wasn't enough information in the reports to determine what these UFOs, oh, by the way, they're now called unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs. They don't know what they really are or if they ever existed. But the panel did find that up to 5% of the sightings could not be explained. All right, the vast majority of the sightings, they were attributed to balloons, aircraft, or common objects. Optical illusions can explain some of this, that according to retired astronaut and panel member Scott Kelly. Stigma seems to discourage folks from stepping up to report UFO encounters because people think they're crazy. Even the scientists conducting the study faced threats from people who thought it was a waste of money. The director of NASA's space science said the abuse is disturbing and it obstructs the public's right to knowledge. Bottom line, we don't have any answers yet. We need better quality data, but they're still going to be on the lookout and still investigate.
So I have a question for you. As a seasoned pilot yourself, did you ever come across anything that you're like, ooh, that could be a UFO, or that could be something that's, that looks like a little odd?
Only once, and actually it was below us, and we fly really high at 43,000 feet, but I was down low and I looked down and saw something. Pretty sure it was a drone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, and that's not something to mess around with that close to an airplane. That's a serious concern.
Yes, it is.
But we think of UFOs, we think of aliens, but it's just unidentified flying objects. So,
it is, and it could be creepy.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot May-Kay Beeler has the latest on this. Ooh, May-Kay, what's going on?
Yeah, it's creepy. Here we go. So, yeah, with an uptick in UFO sightings and lawmaker interest in getting to the bottom of it, finding answers to these mysterious sightings, it's a head scratcher. Well, back in the day, America's fascination with UFOs, now renamed UAPs for unidentified aerial phenomena, was fueled by science fiction and wild imaginations. But in recent years, video released by the military showing odd craft flying at unimaginably high speeds, flirting with fighter jets, well, that's intensified interest. The sighting in Las Vegas is another oddity on a long list of unexplained alleged UFO encounters.
Okay, but what makes this one so different?
Oh, goodness, this is involved. So there was a bright light in the sky. A family noticed a crash in the backyard, heard a crash. A couple of family members went out to observe. Only one has spoken about it, but there is video. A 17-year-old, Angel Kenmore, said he saw a 10-foot tall creature. It was breathing. He initially said it was non-human and alien. Then he said it was a demon. Angel said he was paralyzed, he couldn't move, he was frozen, he closed his eyes and prayed it would go away. Apparently it eventually did, but after that he had nightmares, he couldn't sleep, he's been crying for over a year. Unauthorized cameras were set up around the property. All sorts of looky-loos and people showed up trying to get evidence. The family had to post no trespassing signs. A year has gone by and he's just the other day, Angel came forward to talk about this. Still terrified, can't sleep, cries all the time.
So what did authorities say at the time?
So at the time, authorities say it was caught on police body cam footage. There was a streak that went across the sky. Officials say it was a meteor. It definitely was a meteor, but that doesn't explain this 10-foot tall alleged creature. Now, just the other day, and this is disturbing, Angel spoke out again and said the family's going to move because ever since then there have been weird things going on in the house.
This is weird. And for the first time in 50 years, I know that they held kind of a public forum for these UAPs.
Yeah.
Did anything come out of that?
Yeah, because lawmakers want to know what's going on now. Now,
Sure.
the Pentagon says, oh, there's never been any evidence of alien technology or extraterrestrial life. Yet, back in the 1940s and 50s, the Air Force had Project Blue Book. They had 13,000 sightings, all but 700 were identified. So there appears to be something. Lawmakers think the government is covering it up.
Lots of people interested in all of these stories. May-Kay, thank you for that.
Reports of UFOs, now rebranded as UAPs, are on the rise, and so are the numbers of people who associate aliens with them.
Yeah, the United States, and in the United States, I believe, goes back to the 1940s with the Roswell incident. Globally, reports of flying saucer-type vehicles go back centuries.
Movies featuring Hollywood's depiction of UFOs and aliens are wildly popular, but are they really accurate?
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot May-Kay Beeler catches up with a UFOologist that aims to bring clarity to the big screen by sharing his close encounters and encouraging other experiencers to do the same. May-Kay, let's start here. What in the world is a UFOologist?
Ufologist.
Ah,
I think we're saying it
ufologist.
right.
I don't know.
This is a new word, and it's to us.
Okay.
It's somebody who studies UFOs.
Okay.
I'm about to introduce you to somebody who's been at it for 20 years. His name is Dan Harari. He says the truth is almost here. The truth of the impending revelation or disclosure that extraterrestrial life has visited Earth and is present on Earth. So Harari co-founded the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance to provide accurate motion picture content by connecting movie makers with UFO experts and experiencers, and this to produce films based on fact, not fiction. And it's to empower the general public through accurate storytelling. And Harari has his own stories to tell, true ones that involve what he says are close encounters. I recently interviewed him for our podcast, We Are Not Alone, streaming on Queen City News. Plus, let's take a listen. Can you tell us about, you've had 4 encounters with UFOs? Can you briefly tell us the most interesting, compelling parts of that?
Well, I'll do this very quickly, and I could literally do an hour and a half.
I know.
On these.
Yeah.
The first one, I was 13 years old, 1970. I was in my father's car. He was driving me home from school in suburban New Jersey, where I grew up. And as we're driving home from school, a huge silver V, a V, like huge, hovering over my father's car. So I said, Dad, stop the car. We got out, we looked, I'm jumping up and down. I'm 13. Dad, look, it's Star Trek. And my dad looked at it like he had seen it a million times and like he was bored to tears. This huge silver V, no sound, no propeller, no wings, nothing. It just was there.
Now, we're going to find out in this podcast why his father wasn't surprised.
That's what I want to know.
Right.
You have to listen to the podcast. And something else, too, that he told me about, there's a lot in this podcast. He has experiences called a CE5.
A CE5.
What is a CE5?
Yeah.
He says it's a close encounter of the 5th kind.
The fifth kind.
Of the 5th kind. And this is a real thing I wasn't familiar, where a whole bunch of people get together in a group. And through meditation and just thinking and focusing, they try to attract a UFO. And he has experienced this, and he talks about it. It will blow you away.
What?
So I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm just telling you to open your mind. These are fascinating podcasts.
Now, that is a great Hollywood movie, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I'm so curious what this guy's, what's his name again?
Yeah, Dan Harari.
Dan, what his dad,
what he saw.
Why he just kind of sloughed it off as, I bet he's seen it before.
And he didn't know until his father died that his father had been involved with secret operation with these things.
Oh, okay.
So his dad looks at it like, okay, whatever, get in the car. Yeah, and he was freaked out. Then he has had other close encounters, and I'm interviewing this guy. Have to have an open mind, have to be respectful. And he has been the publicist to the Hollywood stars for decades. And now he has this Hollywood Disclosure Alliance where a lot of movie stars and producers get together to get with experiencers to tell their stories in Hollywood rather than have an E.T. creature. And by the way, E.T. was my favorite movie.
Oh, 100%.
Has he met, I know you can't give away too much, has he met an extraterrestrial?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want you to be disappointed. He talks about UFO encounters, but he witnessed something.
Oh, wow.
A living something.
Something, a living something.
all I can
come
say.
on, we're trying to.
Man, grab the popcorn. You can watch this free to download. Queen City News Plus, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV. Totally easy to do. Just search for Queen City News or on YouTube as well. And so this is blowing up. People want to know more. You said at the beginning, truth is almost here.
Right. We Are Not Alone. That's the name of the podcast. If you don't have the app, it's on YouTube, on Queen City News YouTube channel. Streaming now. Can't wait to watch it. Of course, I interviewed him. Now I got to watch it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Get
All
ready for your jaw to drop.
Yeah, thank you,
McKay Beeler.
It is almost 8:46. Welcome back. A new report is revealing that UFO sightings are on the rise this year, and so are questions surrounding the mysterious craft. UFO fever, now rebranded as UAPs, has captivated all walks of life, from fanatics to military pilots wondering what is going on. Chief Transportation Correspondent and host of the original program, We Are Not Alone, introduces us to an acclaimed filmmaker whose productions, they'll make you wonder, at least second guess, right? So yesterday, Maykay's joining us. You were on here yesterday saying
That's right.
You've got a killer interview.
Yes.
And you got to do it yesterday.
Yes, got to do it yesterday. So the producer back to me. Now, he aims to shed light through his out-of-this-world projects that he works on, including the film Accidental Truth, UFO Revelations. So a 28-time Film Festival Award winner, producer Ron James is shifting the conversation about UAPs from sensationalism to science by focusing on the evidence that, yeah, it's going to make you think twice. Wildly popular TV shows like the History Channel's Ancient Aliens and Skywalker Ranch, well, they feed the frenzy regarding topics of high strangeness, you know, unexplained encounters, unusual happenings, paranormal activity, and bizarre events that defy explanation, especially regarding UAPs. Well, James has worked on these shows and is the co-founder of MUFON Television, a trusted source for vetted information on the UFO subject. MUFON stands for the Mutual UFO Network. It's the world's largest and oldest civilian UFO investigation and research network. Producing content for MUFON, well, that requires digging into areas certain sources may want to remain hidden. Secret information, even alleged government cover-ups, the public and even Congress should never be privy to. So searching for the truth as a producer/investigator comes with risks. Here's a sampling of my one-on-one interview with filmmaker Ron James in my newest episode of We Are Not Alone. Take a listen.
People have died over this information. There's no debate about that. People have been killed for finding out stuff and trying to divulge it. Not so much in the modern era, but back in the beginning, there's documentation of military in Roswell threatening the citizens. He's saying, you know, if you say anything about this, you're going to end up in the desert. So there's a certain amount of, I guess, danger that comes with challenging the government and challenging the places of power.
So apparently there are forces out there that don't want us to know certain things.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Has he ever, did he say, has he ever felt threatened or felt like someone's tapping in or listening to him with all this information?
He kind of feels like someone's tapped in, but he's never gotten threats.
Oh, good.
But other people have. And he did reveal some information to me, and you know I'm going to tease you on this. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you got to watch. But some information that's kind of mind-blowing.
Really?
So again, with all of these, you know, we talk about these every week. Open your mind, learn. We're not telling you what to think or what to believe, but just listen. I learn something every time I interview these folks. And he's with the MUFON TV network, and they've got a big symposium coming up this weekend. And there's going to be some mind-blowing evidence for the first time that's going to be revealed. And it has to do, he showed me, it has to do with something that's part of something that's out of this world.
Well, there's a good tease, Maykay.
Something that's part of something.
Something part of something. I'm all for looking at some of the evidence, though, but you got to open your mind to it. And you can watch the full conversation she had yesterday with Ron. You can watch right now. We Are Not Alone, that original programming that's on our streaming platform, Queen City News Plus. You can download it right now, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, or our YouTube channel as well. So, fascinating interview.
We are not alone.
That's what you keep telling us, Maykay. Not explained by current knowledge. That's one definition of UFOs or UAPs, objects that are simply unidentified. Yet many people associate them with alien spacecraft. While numerous sightings have been reported, there is no concrete evidence to link them to alien life. At least, that's what government studies and the Pentagon reviews claim. But try telling that to someone who's had their life turned upside down by encounters that are truly beyond belief. Chief Transportation Correspondent, pilot, and host of our Queen City News Plus original program, We're Not Alone. Joining us right now, Maykay Beeler, to talk about something that could scare the daylights out of you, an interview with the UFO abductee.
Yeah.
What?
Open your mind. Open your mind. Deborah Jordan Cobble has seen it all and has nearly been blinded in doing so. A TV star of sorts. She was the central figure, Kathy Davis, in a best-selling book turned CBS miniseries of the same name, Intruders, The Incredible Visitations of Copley Woods. It's a true story based on Deborah's life. Penned by author Bud Hopkins, it details his extensive investigation into events, abductions, and other goosebump-worthy encounters that may make your skin crawl. Deborah's story has been validated by her neighbors and other abduction victims from all over the United States, all thoroughly interviewed by Hopkins. And now in my one-on-one interview with Deborah, who told me about one encounter that made her wonder, what are all those kids doing in my backyard? Turns out they weren't kids. They weren't children, but they were small. What? Here's a snippet of our interview. Take a listen. So, Deborah, you have drawn pictures of these aliens. Is it from that encounter that the pictures are from? That looks really scary. Excuse me.
That drawing was originally done. Now, that's not even mine. That's somebody in North Carolina.
Okay, that's not yours. Does that look like what you saw, though?
Yeah, but Bud actually showed me that picture. After I drew that for him, he showed me that picture because he thought it would make me feel better that other people had seen the same thing, but it didn't. It made me throw up because I had been trying to say, I must be imagining this. And then he was showing me, look, other people are seeing this.
Wow.
Okay, so that's to tease you, to fetch your interest to tune in to this episode. So the thing about the children, she talks about this. Yeah, they weren't children, they weren't kids. They were little...
diminutive beings.
She had quite an experience. Comes across very, very credible. She was only 28 at the time, a single mother. She had young children in the house. And because of this experience, and she's had several, because of this one, she had cataracts right after that, all sorts of health issues. She says she's going blind because of all the bright lights and the vibration and what happened to her. You need to listen to the interview. It's fascinating. I'm learning so much from these people who are brave enough to tell their story. Of course, a movie was made after her and a book, but new to me, new to many of our viewers who, like me, are just learning about this stuff. You know, we used to think they're quacks. Yeah. Now we're thinking, wow, we need to listen because there's so many.
Yeah, and even though, like you said earlier, even though there may not be concrete evidence, she even says in here, there's something to be said for validation.
Yes.
You know, whether it's a drawing or someone else going, you know what, I had a similar experience. That has to make someone that may feel like they're on the crazy side go, okay, maybe I'm not crazy.
Yeah, because she couldn't imagine someone else sees the same thing she is seeing. Please don't come visit me. That's all I have to. This was in her backyard of all things.
Crazy.
She drew a picture of the spaceship, the little people.
Does she still have vision problems to this day? Still,
yeah.
Wow, this is crazy.
Anyway, you got to tune in, and you can watch on YouTube at any time. We are not alone. The story of when they landed in my backyard.
All right, yeah, that's something else.
And
all right,
Queen City News Plus streaming.
You can download it right now. Fire TV, Apple TV, or Roku as we speak. Make thanks. I appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.